Hello, my name is Erica. This is Zone 6. You are watching Urban Gardening on the Budget. Welcome to Mudville. Well, before we go in the house, been pulling up some old carrots from last year. These are Parisian carrots, small rounds. You overwinter your carrots. They are supposed to be sweeter when you pull them up in the spring. So let's go inside. Let's get started. Let there be light. We need light to grow our plants. So let's see what there is out and available. There are LED grow lights for plants. As you hear, I'm at Menards at various prices. There's one for $17. One for $24. And as you see over here, these are on sale for $19 with a $2 rebate. Then there's another option that are not grow lights, but shop lights that are used as grow lights. These are LED shop lights. They are at a better price, they are linkable, and they are energy efficient. So there are various sizes that you can get, and shop lights that are linkable that you can use to grow your plants. As you start your seedlings, you will need to up pot. Once they get their first true leaves, you will need to move them out of your growing medium that you started your seeds in and put them into a planting medium. You can start off up potting by moving them into a 9 fluid ounce cup, which you get 28 for $1.25, and then as your plants grow, you will need to move them up. So you can up pot to a 16 fluid ounce cup, which you get 16 for $1.25. That's Urban Gardening on a Budget. These are my budget greenhouses for $1.75. I get a bottom and a lid to retain heat and reflect light. Dollar Tree greenhouse, $1.75. Pick them up. Do not forget your pollinators. Get these now and put them in a pot and get them growing to get your garden ready for summer. Don't forget your pollinators. But stay away from wildflower blends. They often contain weeds because they also grow flowers. So get your pollinator started. One of the important things to have when you start gardening is a journal. Have your journal. You can keep track of what you're doing, when you planted, and where you planted things. This is from last year's seed starting, where I place what I was growing, what date I planted them, and how long they were going to take to germinate. And this was to show me where I placed them in the tray when I used to use the pellet nets to garden. Now also in this journal, I have other information that I need, like what I can plant with what. So I know what are companion plants with the things that I plant. So it is very important to also have yourself a gardening journal to keep track of what you're doing. It's been a week and a half, so let's take a look to see how our seeds are doing. So let's start with the microgreens first. Put this up. Oh, okay. So when the microgreens sprout like this, they get real leggy. These can now get sunlight or light. So they can get their first leaves, and then after that, as they grow a little bit taller, I will then trim them up so they can be put on salad or put in smoothies or in other meals. So far that is the collards and the beets. Let's do a reveal, see what's going on with the broccoli and see if it's ready yet. Broccoli's not having it yet. Okay, with the spinach. Spinach is getting a little leggy, so its top can come off. And it needs a little more time in the dark. The pak choi also can have the lid off, but still needs just a little more time. I think I took the pak choi out and let it get sunlight too. But these two I'm going to leave in just a little while longer in the dark. So let's flip it around and see how the other things are doing here. All right, the oregano, it may still need a little more time. As you can see, just got a little sprouts going. The lemon basil, got one, it's making its way. What's this one? This is the Thai basil. And this is thyme. So yeah, things are coming along. And cilantro. Oh. So yes, being in the coconut core is a good medium to start growing your seeds in, because also with the coconut core, there's no additives, there's no fertilizers or grow agents to grow your things. When seeds have everything they need inside of them to get them going. They don't need our help other than to be put in dirt and watered and taken care of that way. So this is where we are. See you next time. I am starting the seeds on the things that take longer to grow and have longer grow times. Like roselle. This I would like to grow for tea. The last 2 years, I have not gotten the plants to bud yet because the season ended. It takes a long time for these to get started. Starting in late May, that would be a bad idea here in Zone 6. Hot peppers. You know, starting these from seeds. It is 75 to 80 days to maturity. I'm getting them started. Because that's a long time. And I would like to have nice sized peppers and a lot of heat on my peppers. And yes, even the sweet peppers and bell peppers, they take up to 70 days for harvest. So I need to get these planted, get strong, healthy plants growing before I put them outside. Pollinators also need time to grow. You get your plants outside to start growing your vegetables and you have no flowers for the bees to come and feed on. So you need to have your pollinators. They need to get going early also. So when you plant your plants outside, your flowers are also going. Because remember, by the time most of us start planting, our tulips and daffodils have long gone. And the bees were not there to pollinate them. Also, I have these. These are Cosmo seeds. I harvested them from my Cosmo flowers last year. These are giant marigold seeds that once you get out of the blooms, you get all of that as seed that you can replant and get more flowers. Yes, those are giant mission marigolds, not the regular small ones. This is a pot that you can build into a tower from the Dollar Tree. You can grow small vegetables in these pots. There are various things you can grow in them. If you buy them, they have holes in the bottom. When you get them, do not knock out all of your holes. It will then cause your plants to drain too much liquid too often, and you will not have any moisture when you have plants in here. These are going to come later, but you want to buy things like this now, because I'm going to tell you, at the Dollar Tree, these sell out. I have enough to do at least 2 stands of vegetables for myself. But yes, this is a good pot to have. You can grow at least 4 different items in here. As I said, you don't want to try to drill a hole right here to put a rod in to make this more sturdy. You could stack at least 4 on top and it's sturdy enough. So that way you don't have to worry about it tipping over. But if you get this, do not punch all the holes out, so you keep your plants moist. When you fill in the soil, you can also put compost in the middle, and that way it will feed your plants as time goes on. Now that I have microgreens and herbs growing, I'm going to grow some other things inside of containers in the house for us to eat before the outside garden gets going. So I'm going to start off with some bush beans to grow inside of the house because they are really quick. I'm going to grow some radishes. They are also very quick and good in container gardens. I'm going to grow some lettuce, some broccoli, because they can grow well in containers. You want to start looking at what you can grow in containers. You do not actually need to have a yard. You can do container gardens on a front porch, a balcony, and a windowsill. You can grow food inside of your house or apartment. These are part of the brassica family. They contain collard greens, cabbage, Napa cabbages, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli rabe, kale, and turnips. So, these need to be planted now. They like cold weather. You can plant these crops in the early spring and in late fall to go into winter. So you can start these going in containers. They do well in containers. You will have to start in a smaller container and then up pot to a bigger one. So once the snow melts or gets above freezing in your area, you can take that pot outside and put it on your balcony, your front porch, and your backyard. I will be growing my brassicas this year in containers to help me fight pests and weeds. So get your brassicas going now so you can have hardy plants when it is time to put them out. Did you know that collard green plants can live up to 2 years? When you grow them in a large enough container where the roots can spread out and continue to receive nutrients. You would just cut the bottom leaves and continue to let the top of the plant grow. So now you know you can grow a collard green plant for up to 2 years. Seeds are now available at stores, but you can also possibly get seeds now at your public library. You could ask your friend who happens to be shooting gardening videos if they have some seeds that you can have. Or on March 5th, there is a seed event at Foster Community Center put on by the Garden Project. And also, this is the time to start exercising, getting ready for bending and stooping over for your gardens. Get in shape, go out for a walk. This weather is warm, but it's going to snow soon, so remember, get started on your garden inside. Do not start playing around in your yard, digging up leaves and moving stuff around. The bees that are hibernating right now are depending on you leaving that stuff alone, and so are the dragonflies. So, let's get started inside, and let's get growing together.